Thank you very much. It's really great to be here, especially because you have electricity. I spent last night in the dark and shaved by flashlight, so no comments about my stubble. Every year in the United States, about 20 million people put eye drops in. And for the 5 million that are undergoing surgery and use it temporarily, it may only be a month or so, and it's a daily struggle for 15 million that have chronic conditions like glaucoma or dry eye. It may be a little easier, but it's never very easy or pleasant. And for the very youngest, and for those that are older with cognitive or physical impairments, it's a real struggle. Eye drops have been around for a really long time. Cleopatra was said to have used atropine or belladonna to appear more beautiful. I don't know if it really worked. She didn't last very long as a world leader, but at any rate, we've had a history of technology innovation over the last 50 years that's been absolutely stunning. Remember the horse and buggy or rotary dial phones or vinyl record players? All aspects of technology have evolved. I challenge anybody in this audience to think of one item that they use on a daily basis that's the same as it was 50 years ago. That is, except eye drops. We know that trying to teach a first-time user to use eye drops is really very difficult. The first eyedropper bottles were invented in the mid-19th century. With the invention of polyethylene, the squeeze bottle came out in the 1930s and evolved a little through the 1950s, but nothing's really changed since that time except single-use small breakaway containers. That is at least until today with the development of what you've just heard before me and the AcuStream ad technology that I want to tell you about today. It's really different. Here's a eye care professional trying to put a drop in their eye. Watch what happens. She uses pretty good technique, a little tremor. It hits the eyelid, and boom, it's on the cheek. Because the fornix only holds 8 to 10 microliters, and a typical drop is 40 microliters or 50, so 2/3 of it is wasted. Here's a post-operative patient using a drop. Again, very good technique. It pops up, does a half gainer, degree of difficulty 7, and lands on the cheek. That's not a tear, that's the drop. This is AcuStream by Kedalion. We're building a drug platform that is very, very sophisticated. Our goal is to disrupt the way that drops are applied to the eye going forward and to eventually replace the traditional eye drop bottle. There are a number of features that we think are very unique. We also employ microdosing, the precise delivery of a regulated dose of drug, 20% of that of a normal drop to the surface of the eye, exactly where you want it to go as a gentle stream, not a mist. The ability to aim with precise accuracy with a unique proprietary imaging system, a degree of ease and comfort not previously thought possible, the ability to dispense all viscosities of drug, solutions, emulsions, suspensions, which is very difficult to achieve with other types of approaches, the potential to be preservative-free and multi-dose, and to top it off, smart features that enable tracking of drug use and to be ultimately disposable, single use. Oh, and while we said it was easy and painless for the patients, it was not easy, painless, or inexpensive to develop, but we've spent the last 4 years in relative stealth mode, developing all the technology to make this all possible. Based on the potential of this technology, we intend to attack 2 markets. First, the large and very, very exciting pharmacorefractive market. We have a lead program in presbyopia. I'll tell you about it in a moment. We're looking at myopia and other things. And of course, there's still this very small $16 billion global market for traditional ophthalmic topical pharmaceuticals that we hope to eventually make inroads in and perhaps replace over time. It's a highly fragmented, undifferentiated market that is ripe for innovation. Here are some results. We have the data to back up our claims. This just demonstrates the comparison of AcuStream using a topical mydriatic compared with conventional drops. Absolutely equal efficacy, 1/5 the dose. Here's patients that are glaucoma patients under treatment washed out, application of latanoprost in a microdose with AcuStream compared with a traditional drop. No difference, in fact, marginally better response in IOP lowering with the AcuStream. And here's presbyopia. In this case, we used a double blind masked study with the AcuStream used to deliver a topical miotic in one eye and artificial tears in the other eye. You can see here in our preferred dose and configuration, 50% of patients achieved 3 lines or more of visual improvement at near, compared with 0% who received the placebo masked study. Not only that, but the drug application is incredibly comfortable. I've done it on myself multiple times, as have members of the team. Patients scored it as being 43% better than the application of a typical drug. Oh, on top of everything else, we also have an app that tracks utilization, that does reminders, that provides compliance training for physicians. We're kind of excited about this aspect of it. Here's a video animation of how it's supposed to work, and then I'm going to show you it working in real life. It's a modification of a typical container closure system. You open it up, it activates the power. The patient aims through a proprietary imaging system. You're able to hit within 1 or 2 millimeters of where you want to on the corneal surface, or if you choose to aim on the conjunctiva, you can. The bottle is closed, the power is turned off. Here's a patient. Did you see that? Probably not. It's 100 milliseconds. Let me show you again. Here it is in slow motion. Watch the stream, a gentle stream. You'll see it hit the center of the cornea. It beats the blink. The eye comes down. There's no blepharospasm, no tearing, and no half gainer off the edge of the lid. We have a phase 2 study underway. We're enrolling patients now outside the U.S. with lead programs in presbyopia and glaucoma. We have a terrific team. You'll recognize many of the names here, highly experienced in ophthalmology, and people that really know how to do this. So in summary, we've developed a device that will revolutionize the way that eye drops are delivered through comfort and ease of use, which drives patient preference, microdosing, which limits off-target effects for patients and drug costs for manufacturer, effective and safe multi-dose preservative-free delivery for patient tolerability, and ultra-low cost of goods to drive effective pricing for patients and higher margins for manufacturers, even with this being disposable. And finally, Bluetooth technology to ensure that all this works well. What's not to like about this picture? We're here, hopefully, to stay. We're happy to talk with you. If you're interested in being part of this, please come and see us. Thank you very much.